Hey guys, what is going on? This is Weskimo here, and today I'm bringing you a Cypher guide on the map Icebox. So yeah, let's jump straight into this video. Alright, so I'm going to start showing you guys some camera spots on defending A side. So there is quite a few that I like to use. The first one I'm going to show you guys is to put one up here on this beam where my cursor is right now. So you're going to get your camera out, and you're going to run and jump, okay? And you're going to put this up here as you jump. Alright, so this is a really cool one. It sees into this part up here, so when people come around there at the start, you can easily tag them straight away. You can also basically see the whole of the site here, so you can keep that up there. It's invisible, people aren't really going to tell that it's up there, and you can flick on and you get a really nice view of the whole site from here. So another camera spot that I really like to do when I'm defending A side is you come up here, you want to stand right on the edge like this, of this little platform. You're going to get the camera and you're going to aim it right at the edge of here, and we're going to jump. And we're going to place it just here at the edge. So from here, you can see down into the bottom part where they come around the corner. And anyone who jumps up onto this box or is lurking around this kind of area, you're going to be able to see them. You're going to be able to see people hiding here. And you can also turn the camera back round and see the bomb site itself. So another camera spot that I like to do for A side is to get here at the start, right on this absolute edge. Okay, and we're going to aim up and we're going to look at this yellow part here. Just gonna jump around, there we go, and from here you can see onto this little spot here where people like to come up, and you can also see the whole of the site as well. People probably aren't going to expect that camera to be there either, so you can really catch people with it where they're not expecting once they push onto the site. Alright, so the last camera spot I'm going to show you guys on A side defense is just a little cheeky one to get some intel at the start of the round and get a quick scout off. So you can start here as the barrier goes down, run straight round here to this corner, make sure you don't peek, and throw the camera here like this. From here you can see if anybody walks up to the top of this ramp or if they start to push round in this direction. It's a really nice one to get a nice scout off at the start of the round. So as far as traps go on defending A side, the main trap that you always want to put down is this one here. This is right in front of this orb, so if people push through here, and it is the main pushing point to get to A, so it's almost always going to trigger someone, or you're going to see them destroy it if they're pushing through this area. So with the traps, you never want to put them too low because people could jump over them if they're too low, and you don't want to put them too high because people could crouch under them. So you want to put this around like waist to knee height. Yes, people can see them easier. People like to put them really low so it's harder to see. But if someone does detect one that is very low, they can jump over it. This kind of height is not jumpable. You can't jump over this, and you're always going to hit the person, or they're going to destroy it, and you're going to know that they've destroyed it, so someone is there. So that's the first trap that we're going to put down on A. So the other traps that we want to do, we kind of have a choice here. There's kind of three main choices that I like to do. One is to put the second trap here on this angle to make sure that nobody pushes round from like this kind of way into the site. So you can definitely put one trap here as well. You can also choose to put the second trap either on this doorway, which is good because it stops people pushing into the site, but you have to remember that somebody could be stood here and still get shots off into the site without destroying this trap. So quite a lot of the time I will actually put the trap here. And this means that if someone wants to get vision into the site, they have to either destroy this or walk through it. Alright, so we're over on B side defense now, and there's actually quite a lot of camera spots here that are very good, and you have a huge option to pick from. However, I'm just going to show you like 3 or 4 of my favorite ones. Okay, so the first one is just a pretty easy scouting one, and this is really easy to do. You're just going to put it on this wall here, around here. You're just a little bit over from this. From here you can see if anyone comes round this corner straight away without having to show yourself, and you can also see onto this crate if someone jumps up here. You can also span all the way around and see anybody behind this yellow box. Okay, so another one that's kind of cool to do is to just come to this point here, and we're just going to jump up and put the camera there. So as you can see, it's hidden from anybody who's coming from this kind of way here, and it does see onto the main planting spot, which is there, and all around this yellow crate, because this is often where people will camp. Alright, I'm going to show you guys a few more aggressive camera placements. So this one is one of the least aggressive of the ones I'm about to show you next. So you start on the low ground here, you're just going to push here quickly, walk as close to here as you can, and you're just going to jump here like this, and throw the camera. You'll be able to see if anyone comes through this doorway, and if anyone is lurking around here. You also have pretty good vision of this whole kind of corridor up to the end of the yellow box. Okay, so here is some really aggressive camera placements that you can do, and I recommend using the cage when you're going to do these. So the barrier comes down, you're going to want to throw the cage out straight away, activate it, and you're going to jump as quickly as possible up onto here, and then also up onto this crate. Okay, from here, we can put the camera in really aggressive spots, like here, which is going to see anybody coming around this corner, and there's no chance that they're going to look up here. Unless they've already seen your camera here in a previous round, you're going to almost always get a free tag on anybody who comes through this doorway. Okay, so if you're up on this crate and you don't want to put it on this cable like I just showed you, there's a couple of other ones. So one is to put the camera up here like this. This is right above their doorway, so if anybody comes out here into this corridor, you're going to be able to get a tag onto them as well as onto this box. And from here you can see all the way down behind the yellow crate into all of this kind of area here, which is where people will often hide after they get a plant down. Okay, so if we're up onto here as well, we've jumped back from this crate, or we don't have to jump there in the first place, we can just jump straight up onto here. You can put a camera up here onto this little place here. This is going to give you the same scouting information as when we put the camera in the lower spot to begin with, but from here you can see all the way down into this corridor, up onto this jump crate, into this little hide spot here, which is where a lot of people will camp after they've planted the bomb, and we can also see onto the actual bomb site slightly here, because most people will just plant on this little corner bit here. Okay, so this is actually one of my absolute favorite spots. If you can get up onto here as quickly as possible with the cage, and then you're going to want to put the camera up here on this corner. So from here, we can see all the way down here for good scouting information. We can see all behind the yellow crate. We can see pretty much all of the bomb site, and we can see all the way back into our spawn. We have a huge range of vision from this camera. Alright, so the last one of these aggressive camera spots I'm just going to put in this video is when you're on this part here, you're going to put the camera as much on the edge as possible and as much in this corner as possible. So this is just slightly outside of the map. People aren't often going to look there. You can see onto the plant spot all the way to the back and into this hide hole here and round this corner. Okay, so as far as traps go, I'm just going to run through how a normal start is if I'm starting on B side. So we start over there, we quickly run up these staircases. I'll throw a trap here on the tube, and then I'll run around as quickly as possible to the B spawn, and I like to often do those aggressive camera spots that I was just showing you guys. So how that works out is the barrier will come down, we throw the cage, we run around here, we throw a trap here like this, we jump up onto here, and now we get ready for one of these really nice camera placement spots like this, and then we quickly jump back around, and now we're ready to defend the site. We've got the camera up here, we've got the trap in the place we want, and we've got another trap in the tube in middle, making sure people don't come behind us. So the only kind of spot we really don't have information of is if someone pushes through this little bit here. Hopefully we've got another teammate covering this kind of angle, and other than that, we're kind of watching the whole B site now by ourselves. So if you want to as well, you can put your other cage in this kind of area, either here or here. I think both are fine. And the reason we want to do this is because if we think people are pushing, we need some way to try to cover ourselves like this. Now we have some cover so we can back out and be more defensive. We can hide here, we can hide around this area, or we can hide around here like this. We still got our camera, we've got excellent vision on everyone, and it's just a really nice way to defend the B site. Okay guys, so normally I do an attacking side as well, but I feel like this video is getting kind of long already, and I want to try and keep my videos as short and concise as possible. So as Cypher, obviously you're just going to be watching the back of your team all the time, using your camera to scout and putting your traps where you can like hold the back line of your team while the rest of them pushes. And your job is as an attacker is to make sure that you don't get flanked. Okay, that is going to be it for this video guys. If you've enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time with a new video.